Alright, so welcome to the Not So Random Ass Wrestling Podcast. This is our inaugural episode.
First one?
And I am a co-host, your random ass co-host, or random asshole, Christopher Steele.
Steele-Rhoads.
And I did certain what things. Like I said, this is our first episode. I wanted to start something new for us. That way we can separate.
The random assness might start getting a little less random ass, a little more.
That it's gonna be. This is not so random ass.
Yeah.
Wrestling. This is nothing but wrestling. This does not include our
Armchair Bookers podcast. So if you're a fan of that, don't worry, it's not going anywhere. We're just going to talk about the world of wrestling now, right now. What's happening right now?
Plus history.
Yeah, historical top fives.
Kind of the stuff that we had, but that
it's blossomed its own segment because we can talk about the stuff for days.
Right. I did. The reason I had that.
I was gonna say
is this week in wrestling, 4 NXT stars got the call up.
Yep. Monday Night Raw got Dash and Dawson, the Revival. SmackDown got
Ty Dillinger and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's great seeing Nakamura.
Oh yeah.
As soon as the violinist started playing, I was like, oh. And
if it had been a piano, I would have had the same reaction because I'd have been like, oh.
You're saying about with the coming up Superstar Shake-Up?
Yeah.
You're thinking maybe AJ going over to Raw? I don't think so. Because who doesn't want to see AJ versus Nakamura?
Well, you can already go see it in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
It's going to be 1,000 times better than what the WWE is going to produce. I want to see AJ Styles versus frickin' Seth Rollins. My bad. Seth frickin' Rollins. Where I want to see Nakamura go up against like the likes of
Randy Orton,
Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. Because I want to see him wrestle outside of his weight because he always has better matches with people bigger than him. And he hasn't been able to have that yet.
Maybe Strowman ends up coming to Raw? Or SmackDown, I mean?
Oh, God, I would love that. Because he's already a monster.
And have him come in. Do you think he joins back with the Wyatts?
I don't see why he wouldn't. But I also don't see why he would.
Right. I kind of don't think he will. If he does come to SmackDown, I would think he'd be more with Harper.
Maybe. Or Rowan, because they were both the sheep masks.
Yes, but
sheep mask wearing.
But if he's with Rowan, he's going to be
with Harper. Or with Bray. I think it would be in his best interest to stay on Raw and keep this monster push going that he's going. Because I don't think Strowman's going anywhere because the commercials for Payback already show Strowman and Roman.
That doesn't really mean much anything. They've done Raw the Gratuados before and had
that person still show up on the. But Roman has nothing of interest that would be like a holdover or a reason for people to actually give a shit that Strowman's leaving. So just having him leave out of nowhere and have the match anyway doesn't really make any sense. Though I wouldn't be out of my
Let's see.
I wouldn't put it past WWE to actually move Nakamura to Raw. Have him debut on SmackDown and move to Raw just to screw with the fans.
I would rather see Nakamura stay on SmackDown.
I'd rather see Ty Dillinger on Raw. That's a more character-based show, and that 10 shit is over on Raw.
That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. Bring Balor
and the club. Yeah.
over to SmackDown. I'd like to see Balor Nakamura.
Send Mojo to Raw as well. Because he's going to get a singles push.
I'm thinking maybe The Miz goes to Raw.
I was thinking maybe Cena, and that's why Miz was like, you'll never see Cena on SmackDown again.
Yeah.
Or for a long time.
I think it's going to be the opposite way, personally.
Maybe.
They've done that kind of stuff before, and it's usually that they try to throw you off.
Right. That's true.
So,
put you off the scent.
Well, John Cena's going to
Raw.
I
would laugh my ass off.
It's the person that's claiming.
If Cena, the next time Cena shows up is like on NXT, jobbing to freaking El Vagabundo.
He gets demoted.
Right.
And since we're talking current events, WrestleMania
just happened
a week ago.
7 days ago.
It was excellent. I agree with what Miz and Maurice were saying in backstage about the proposal.
Yeah.
It's phony.
Of course it's phony.
It is.
I knew it was phony. You knew it was phony.
Like Maurice basically saying, we backed him into a corner. He had to propose.
Right. And they did. More or less. I love the... Finally, I finally had a WrestleMania moment that made me look kind of human.
Did you see Talking Smack?
No. I missed it again.
Daniel Bryan wasn't there.
Wait, no.
Shane McMahon was.
No, I didn't see Talking Smack. I saw Raw Talk this week, actually.
How was that?
That was actually pretty good, but I was kind of pissed.
But
I wanted the Hardys to be broken. Delete.
Right. I did hear about... I didn't catch Raw. Or Raw Talk. I did just read the results.
Right.
But on Talking Smack, I love that show.
Oh, God. Me too.
Shane was there instead of D-Bry.
Nice.
And he's like, I talked about the whole Miz segment. Miz and Maurice has Cena and Nikki. Yeah. I'd like to be intimate.
Yeah, like very robotic.
Soap opera-ish too.
Right.
Cover the face. Actually, if you watched Friends, they give a reason why they do that in soap operas.
To cover up the extra that's not actually there.
No, it's the people that do that are covering up the other person's face, so the attention's on them.
All on them, yeah.
I don't care that you're on screen with me. I don't care who I'm kissing. I want everybody to touch it on me.
Look at me. I love freaking television.
But the whole segment, Miz and Maurice, as much as I hate the Miz,
I used to be like violently opposed to the Miz, and in this last month,
a couple months.
Yeah, since that first just burst on Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack, I was still like anti-Miz. It's just like, though, he's really good on a stick when there's no throttle on, when there's no governor on him, and he can just go. He can fucking go, man.
He's got the mic skills.
Yes. And he's got the moveset when he decides to apply them realistically. You know, he can half-ass it and, you know, I don't want to hurt my feet, I don't want to hurt my hands, I don't want to hurt... You notice he's not doing Daniel Bryan's headbutt. I noticed that, you know, he'll do the kicks. Also, he should do the yes knee. Or
did you notice there was banned moves at WrestleMania?
I noticed they attempted the punt. I noticed Randy Orton attempted the punt.
There was a couple that moves... Because I was reading somewhere, they're like, I'm waiting for the...
Shooting star press.
The shooting star press.
Shane McMahon trying for the shooting star press.
That's a banned move. They're like, the person was like, you know what? Not since we got that. I want to see the curb stomp. Come on,
Yes.
curb stomp it.
Yes. Bring it back. We need to start a petition.
We WWE needs to quit banning
Moves. If someone gets hurt, it's wrestling. They won't do it again. If they 1,000% of the time, every single time someone gets hurt in wrestling, the person that gets hurt will tell you, "It was my fault. I didn't protect myself. I knew it was coming. I didn't protect myself."
I didn't.
Austin, when he had his neck broke, he didn't protect himself. Taz, when he got his neck broke, I didn't protect myself. And everybody. Finn Balor's shoulder injury. I didn't protect myself. I didn't take the move properly.
Right.
Draws, even with the Draws D'Lo thing, he even said, if I had not wore the T-shirt that I've never worn before, I wrestled D'Lo 1,000 times. I never wore that T-shirt one. That's the one thing. He lost his grip right on his neck. There was nothing he could do about it. It was his.
So I don't know what you're thinking about this program.
I'm thinking we can talk about whatever we want to hit, like major
I'm
news.
thinking like this week. Let's do a couple of people we want to see switch over.
Oh, and like the Superstar Shake-Up?
Like our top 5 people.
Let's go top 3.
3 each.
3 each. And
Well, how about
each
4?
one, each one
How
can
about
include a tag
4?
team. Each one could be a tag team too.
How about I was gonna say 4. That way we balanced 2 people for each show.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There we go. 2 from each.
You want to go first on this?
Yeah, I do. I will take from Raw. I want to see Charlotte go to SmackDown.
All right. I'm gonna go SmackDown getting the club of the actual 2 guys that.
The Good Brothers.
Gallows
Anderson Gallows. Gallows Anderson. They need to come up. I think the Good Brothers is a decent name for them. They just in kind of the equality vibe for Charlotte moving to SmackDown. I think that either Becky or preferably Carmella with James Ellsworth, I don't care if he goes or not, goes to Raw.
I totally agree with you, Carmella, because
with Ellsworth because he's more of a manager now than anything, and Enzo and Ellsworth might be able to have a good program together in the curtain jerker, not exactly curtain jerker,
but that ends up getting his ass beaten by Big Cass.
Of course,
in the long run. But anyways,
he gets fresh and gets fresh. So
you got SmackDown getting Charlotte
and Carmella
going
to Raw.
I will go.
And you've got the Good Brothers moving to SmackDown, which I approve of.
I don't want to really get rid of a tag team, but I will, to be equal.
I would too, but I got a workaround for you. I would say Mojo Rawley with Zack Ryder. Because when Zack Ryder gets better, you got a tag team, but at this moment, you have a singles competitor.
That could work, but I was thinking...
And that's going to be my next pick.
Actually, I'm going to go with... Let's go ahead and move American Alpha over to Raw.
Ooh.
Take on the Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys. Dude, Cesaro and Sheamus against American Alpha, that would be a sick match.
But that's going to be my pick. I'm going to go with the...
Right? And I'm gonna stick in the tag team vein, but I'm going to move from Raw to SmackDown. And I would like to see the Shining Stars, oddly enough, move to SmackDown because they're not getting the love on Raw. And on SmackDown
is the land of opportunity.
Not just the land of opportunity, but the land of actual honest to God wrestling, and they're both fantastic wrestlers.
All right.
They can help put on a show. But I'm gonna move from the other direction in the same kind of vibe, going the other way. So
I'm gonna, since we got halfway, we each got 2. One pick for each show.
Yeah.
So
we just did our third because you just said move.
No, American Alpha was my second.
Yeah, that was your second SmackDown choice.
No, that moved from SmackDown to Raw.
And the Good Brothers moving the other way. So and you had no singles, and my first.
That was your first.
Yeah, SmackDown choice.
So I am on my first or my second of one or the other. I will do kind of what you did. I'm going to start with, let's move like Bailey to SmackDown.
I like that. And it'll be my final choice from Raw, or from SmackDown to Raw, because I said Shining Stars to SmackDown. For that, I would say Heath Slater, and Rhino. Kind of in a reverse of the Mojo Rawley concept, where you have a tag team now, but we all know Rhino is going to be leaving soon. Heath Slater's a good hand. Jinder Mahal is already on Raw, 2-man band. We saw Drew McIntyre on NXT. He gets called up. I mean, I'm just, 3-man band reunion, and all of them have gotten so much better and so much more. Even Heath Slater, he looks so much more in shape and ready for ring than he did when he first showed up.
So, with my final, go since I got Bailey coming to
from Raw to SmackDown.
To SmackDown from Raw, I will go with Alexa Bliss.
I like that. That's some good choice. That's some good motion there. Holy crap! We still got about 10 minutes left.
No, we don't have to have 10 minutes. This don't have to be any time.
Any specific time limit or time frame.
But that's
those are some good fantasy moves of, we don't have, in our fantasy world of wrestling, we don't have brands, which might be a fun thing to do later, where we each take
I can see that working out later on.
Where we each have our own brand of Steele-Rhoads Wrestling. Steele-Rhoads Productions presents his spiel, my spiel.
Right. But then we're going to have a hard time on certain wrestlers.
Not really. Because I'll pretty much concede anyone. Okay, I can make anybody work. That is my philosophy when it comes to wrestling.
I get that too, but
I know that Macho Man and...
Hold on a second. We're saying Macho Man,
Triple H, Mr. Perfect. There's some of my favorites that I will just gladly go here.
I could say same with some people I know you'd want,
like Jake the Snake.
I was thinking Bray
Wyatt.
You
can have Bray. If we're talking people in their prime, then you can have Bray. I'll take Raven.
I can see Raven, but I do see we might end up having some problems or on maybe not even on people we both would want,
but people we don't want at all. But see, that's a beautiful thing. We can leave open free agents. I think we should, if we do ever split the show up. I shouldn't say split the show, but create our own brands. We should limit how many we can actually have.
And then the rest are free agents.
And then the rest are free agents that, okay, it's time, I want to get rid of this person, I'm going to pull in this person.
Or they can be on both shows because
they're free agents.
Exactly.
They're unencumbered by contract. They're under contract to the Steele-Rhoads Wrestling Production Company, but they're not to our specific shows.
Our
brand. I like it.
I do. Yeah,
I can see that happening sometime in the next year and a half.
Right.
When we get verklempt for because I think the Cells of Apocalypse should be our WrestleMania. Like every year, WrestleMania season, you're going to get a Cells of Apocalypse episode with different spots, different rings. I like the concept of maybe doing an electrified ring instead of just keep the rings completely random every time. Have one year where they're all just regular rings.
Right.
And it's just massive technicians all just going to town on each other, and you see submissions of 4 people on one person and 3 on another, all in this statuesque.
Right. I agree.
I got to show action figures.
I have to agree that Cells of Apocalypse is my baby.
Yes. I want to see that baby come to life.
So, I think we're about done.
Yeah, I think that about wraps her up.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Again, this is a YouTube exclusive.
Yes.
Please subscribe.
Not So Random Ass Wrestling Podcast.
With random and there's reasons, and we explain elsewhere. If you watch our programs, you'll understand.
Yep. They're all there. They're not going nowhere.
Please subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share. You know what? Don't even worry about liking it. Just subscribe and share.
Subscribe.
We can see the views. We don't give a crap if you like it or not. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down.
Comment. Comments are more than welcome.
Comments. If you comment, we'll read them and we'll talk back.
And our uncle should have mentioned this on the last program.
Kind of fun this idea.
Subscribe to our channel, because this is a YouTube exclusive.
Right.
All right.
Subscribe.
Until next time, keep it random.
Keep it random and ring that bell.
Or not so random.
Meh, random enough.